Didn't they did Devil's Island too? Didn't
No,
they?
they did.
No, they
They
didn't.
did
No, that was on the set
and
before
Hook in
or
the Mouth
something like
with
that.
Chuck Beeler on drums.
That was awesome.
502
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's funny when you have a story that gets better with time. We were talking about this earlier. He was here for the whole more of the roundtable thing. This local band, a couple guys here were talking about local bands that they've seen. The band a long time ago called Pepperland. I had no idea that at the time when I was watching that band that the guitarist was John Five.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
And that wasn't the part of the story. I had a story about that was funny about the band Pepperland, and then they told me it was John Five. I'm like, my story just got so much better.
More facts.
I was watching them, and I didn't know it was John Five at the time, but he did something crazy move, and then he threw his guitar up in the air at Harpo's, and the lights went off. He threw his guitar like 20, 25 feet in the air,
my God.
and then the light, it went black. And then a couple seconds later, all you heard was patang. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oof.
That's that was painful to watch, but, I mean, that was kind of the end of the set at that point. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a working guitar after that. But, yeah, I had no idea it was John. I didn't know who John Five was. That was like way before anybody knew who John Five was.
Oh, look at that. How pretty, Keith.
So
Everything's back on. It all looks clear. I can see my pretty face giving you a high five over there.
my monitor doesn't look very clear. I don't know what's going on over here,
You
but
might have to reload it.
I don't know what's happening, but it's just all screwed up right now. See what I mean? Look up there. It's all destroyed now. I can't see anything now. Keith.
Ready to do it?
Are we
Ready to
good?
do this
we
shit?
got
He's
we got
ready.
sound. Are we ready to go or what?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
To monitor the board.
What's that?
I need you to monitor the board.
I can't do that. All right. Yeah. Sure. Thanks for talking to me, guys. I love talking to you guys about music. This is so cool, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Music's,
Music's,
not doing
I
anything
think.
Wednesday night, man. Kelly's and Ham.
Kelly's in Hamtramck. Okay.
Yeah.
What
come
am I
on
doing
out
Wednesday
and
night?
hang out.
You're going to Kelly's.
Yep.
You're gonna be there.
All right.
Beer 30. No.
You know, by the way, I just want to point out something it's very funny. We've had a sponsor on the station for a long time, Ashley's of Westland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ashley's of Westland.
Okay, and my man over here, who's falling asleep because he's actually 5 hours ahead of us because this is Mad Martin from the UK who got on an airplane, came all the way here for this.
Yes.
And I asked him, I said, what do you want to do when you're here in Detroit? He goes, I want a $5 burger from Ashley's.
Oh my yes. $5
And
burger.
it hurt my heart to tell him they went out of business a few days ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
That sucks.
It's very
So he couldn't
unfortunate.
have his $5 burger from Ashley's.
Well, you can go to Miller's. now.
R.I.P.
Really good one, too.
Yeah?
Ashley's in Westland.
Take him to Miller's.
Yeah.
Gotta go to Miller's.
Taco.
Miller's is good.
Yeah, we took him to Taco Bell. He never had Taco Bell
Taco
before.
Bell.
And he's
Never had
also,
Excellent.
he
Never
had
had
his very
Taco
first
Bell.
root beer.
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
root beer is
Congratulations,
root
that's
beer really
awesome.
like not a thing over in England?
Wow.
No.
It's not.
Really?
Did
Wow.
you give him a
Wow.
root beer float or just a root
No,
beer?
but I did explain that to him. Though.
A float,
Excellent.
yeah.
It-
You should definitely try a root beer float if you get a chance.
If you
He said,
ever
"What
got-
is root beer?" And I was like, "I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like dessert cola."
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Oh, you mean
much.
it's
Like
all
it's just a
Fago?
sweet
Yeah, there's no other
cola.
way. I don't know how to
It's
say.
not really
it's root
like
beer.
yeah, it's root beer. I don't know.
Describe
like-
Sprite. It's like,
Right.
It's not really
I mean,
lemon lime,
Sprite. You
it's-
can kind of say lemon lime because that's what they say, but it's not really that taste.
No.
But it does have some kind of like a citrusy taste to it.
How about
Sorta
7
kinda.
A
Up?
little. No, it's a weird
like
clear
a diluted
liquid.
pine salt.
It's a
Seagram's,
lame Mountain
that's
Dew.
what 7
Yeah.
Up
Like
is.
you know, but like describe Mountain Dew. You know, like
Right.
what do you?
Rocky
what
Mountain
do you-
piss water.
The
Right,
Dew.
yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, everybody, I just wanted to point this out. This is my disclaimer for what you're about to get into your vajir holes here.
Well, let me hear it.
Vajir holes.
No questions
we have to
being
wait on
asked.
the
Now we're in
Vajir hole.
suspense. Like,
So while
why don't
they're
you do this? Why don't you?
I guess we get to take over the radio show now.
Well, since Black Heron's
that
taking
right
over
now.
the radio show,
Kiss facts, David.
Blackheron.com. Blackheron.com.
Blackheron.com.
look at our events.
They're not even paying attention. We have
Also,
full reign.
Also, we have
have,
CDs.
We have
December
and
11th
we have
at
shirts. We
Kelly's
have
Pub.
what else? Kelly's Pub. Kelly's Irish
7-Eleven,
Pub.
and then,
GeneSimmonsVault.com.
Yep.
And then
Gene
where are we
Simmons Vault.
doing next
Dot
year?
com.
It's-
We
it's
hacked
at
your
the
radio
old-
show,
What are we
just so you
doing?
know.
Yes.
We're putting all our plugs in right now,
What
so
day
just
is
give
the
us a
old
second.
That's cool.
Oh, the old
flavor is the green
Miami
one?
is January 10th.
You know
Yes.
what? You can find this all out by going to blackhair.com.
Oh
my
my
God.
Blackheron.com.
Oh my
Blackheron.com.
God.
Blackheron.com.
Kiss. Oh my
Blackheron.com.
God.
There
Kiss
it is.
trivia.
That's next time on Alien.
Okay, now
The alien's back. He's
Uh-oh.
gonna
He's back.
steal
Look
everything
out.
back. There it is.
Oh,
Kiss
there it
trivia.
is.
We have
Boom.
break time. If you need to fill up some space.
Yeah, if you got
Igor's
a couple
Lube.
hours.
Igor's Lube.
You know, last year we were
Ultimate
last year
stocking
we had
stuff.
terrible filling time and stuff, and this year we've actually fallen an hour behind schedule, which is awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love
We're
that.
running
Like
on
I
punk
saw
time.
all
Keith.
that, and it's
Which
great.
is cool. That just means there's less time at the end of the show when we're going. So
What do we do now?
What do we talk about now?
Um,
Right. So I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there that many years ago there was a band called Freakstar
Yeah.
that me and these gentlemen here were in,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
we recorded several albums. We played a lot, and then we called it quits for quite a long time. Got together for a benefit for our lead guitarist who had passed away. So we got together for that show. Haven't been together since then. We decided to go ahead and do this, and we've tried to rewrite some of the songs to acoustics.
Yeah.
May work,
Cool.
may not work. I guarantee you I'll forget lyrics,
I'm excited.
and I'll be out of key.
Cool.
So
I'm ready.
with that being said,
rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
the
Rock
band
and roll.
the band board is
McDonald's.
now
Rock
hot.
and roll.
What-
The
what-
band-
We're
Let's go
normally
sit
a
in the
very
corner,
heavy,
huh?
hard band, so to play acoustically is going to be very different.
I'm excited. Maybe this will give us some inspiration for when Black Heron decides to do their acoustic set.
Yes.
It's gonna happen here one day.
All right, here we go.
One day.
Make sure you pinch your balls, Keith.
Check, check, check. Hey, hey. Everything on? Everything on? All right. Guess we're going to start with the very first song that we ever wrote, Alone Tonight. What if I was almost every day? Would you still love me? What if I had no money? Would you still be mine? If you had one wish, where would you want to be with me? Or are you just wasting time and telling lies? Yeah, you're just passing time. Passing time. Oh, yeah. And I'm alone tonight. Look into my eyes, child. Come to find it was just another lie. And so you let it be. Well, you went your way, and I went losing my voice on the first one. One of the easy ones. That's a problem. That's a problem for me. They're pointing at me, pointing at it. Yeah, voice is a little rough right now. Go ahead.
As you walk in this life that you live, and you hear the people talk, but have nothing to give, it's like a game. They feel they're playing the role, but it isn't the same because you
have a thing to say to you. I don't wanna play this game with you. But I forgot, I always see that look. Tonight I'm gonna close the book. Can't turn to find a better way. Where the sensory surrounds you, where the lies are dead beneath you.
You have control.
No matter what they say, life's a playground every day. Say what you wanna say and turn. Well, there's people in this world today, those who don't care what they say. They cannot hear the sense in fact. They cannot see just what they lack. Till they turn and find a better way. Where the sensory surrounds you, where the lies are dead beneath you. Turn, no matter what they say. 'Cause life's a playground every day. Say what you wanna say and turn.
Lego Batman even.
Huh?
I said Lego Batman even.
Lego Batman. That's right. I don't need anybody. Stuff that turkey right in the little microwave there. Lego Batman. Chemicals. This was the weirdest one to do acoustically, I thought. Right. Out of the ones that we were able to do. To the core, will it choose you up and it spits you out and it leaves you wanting more? I guess I fail to see the chemicals inside of me. You and the light show are beginning to bother me. It can be quite persuasive. It can be such a thrill. It can't laugh, well it can't cry. It can curl its only well. I guess I failed to see the chemicals inside of me. You and the light show are beginning to bother me. Oh, it feels like there's nothing I can do. I'm at the bottom of the stack and I blame it all on you. It's an evil plaything my laziness creates. When I'm inside out, what? I'm upside down. Yeah, my life is such a waste, such a waste. Show are beginning to bother me. You and the light show are beginning to bother me. You and the light show are beginning to bother me. Don't bother me. Well, it feels like there's nothing I can do. When I'm at the bottom of the stack and I blame it all on you. It's an evil plaything my laziness creates. When I'm inside out, what? I'm upside down. Yeah, my life is such a waste, such a waste. That was like the second song we ever wrote. It sounded nothing like that. This was just a tribute. Now this one I'm definitely going to screw up the lyrics on. This one is not one of our songs. This is I I used to go to Harmony House and go through the CDs and find the weirdest looking album cover. Harmony House, that's right. Exactly. I would pick out the weirdest looking CD that they had or the weirdest band with the weirdest name. And I'd take it home and I ended up finding a lot of my favorite bands that way. And Casey Scott was one of them. She had a song called 7th of November. We did a cover of it a long time ago, and I forgot all the words, so I'm going to just be randomly jumping through the song, I'm sure.
Just don't forget about the bowl of vegetable soup.
Oh, I never forget the beginning of it. That's hilarious. Okay. If this song was a book, it'd be 15 pages long, have a faded gold binding with big, bold, easy reader typeface. If this song was a bowl of soup, it would be Campbell's Vegetable Alphabet, all lukewarm and orange, with half the letters missing. So you lied to smother me just like the other. She thought she was doing me good, but I thought you said, I guess you misunderstood me. I don't wanna be cruel, 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 I don't wanna be cruel. There's something about subtlety you can never hear, so I guess I'm gonna have to make it pretty clear, dear. I can see you haven't the capacity to ever really be near me. You say, yeah, sure, well, that's what you think. And I say, yeah, well, that is what I think. I don't wanna be cruel, 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 but I don't wanna see you fool yourself into thinking that everything's cool, 'cause everything's not cool. I think you're a bright girl, I think you're a bright girl, so why don't you go ahead and shine your light, but not on me. See, I like the dark, I've always liked the dark, and I'm not frightened of the dark, I'm not frightened of love. There's no reason to assume that times I let you in my room meant as much to me as they did to you, apparently. I don't wanna be cruel, 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 I don't wanna be cruel. You say you're a nice boy, yeah, you want those nice boys. Well, you know those nice boys, they're never cruel. So go find yourself a nice boy. Go find a nice boy, there's plenty of them out there, but me, I'm made of ice there. It'll just get colder from here. Don't try to lay your head down on my cold shoulder and cry. Remember, it's only the 7th of November. Be cruel, I don't wanna 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 see you fool yourself into thinking that everything's cool, 'cause everything's not cool. All right, that was 7th of November. Lady, the song that we wrote and then rewrote and then rewrote again and then did a cover of it.
remember back when I was 3. Daddy caught me climbing the neighbor's tree. He locked me up inside the closet, couldn't see a broken toy in front of me. I think that you're the only one who understands me. I think that you are, you are, you are, you are, you. I think that you're the only one who understands me. I think that you are my lady. How much do I have to give? How much do I have to spare? How much do I have to give? Lady, lady, lady. Well, I can remember back when I was 10. I don't want to speak about what I did then. I stayed at home alone and I never had a friend. A troubled child with time to spend. I think that you're the only one who understands me. I think that you are, you are, you are, you are, you. I think that you're the only one who understands me. I think that you are my lady. How much do I have to give? How much do I have to spare? How much do I have to give? Lady, lady, lady. Something like that. Something like that. The first lyrics to stay, the very first words. Maybe it was the way. Here we go. This one's called Stay. That we changed throughout the years. It was a feeling yesterday, but tonight I'm filled with fear. Maybe I should have said. Softer words to ease your heart. We're lying here in bed, but we're miles apart, miles apart. We're knocking our crown on the angels. When my tears fall to the ground, we're knocking our try and knocking our tail. 'Cause you know where to be found. And they look to you with no cause and ask for reasons why. Looking at you with no cause and empty stare and then they cry. When I blame myself to see all the things that I should have done. This selfish pride is free of losing you and fun. We're knocking our crown to the angels. When my tears fall to the ground, we're knocking our try and knocking our tail. 'Cause you know where to be found. We're locking our cries to the angels. When my tears fall to the ground, we're knocking our try and knocking our tail. When there's nowhere to be found. No, I was there. All right, we got one more on this list. This one was written and then rewritten and then rewritten and rewritten and then transferred bands and then rewritten again. This one's about working at the bar late at night when you're the person that closes the bar, and how once you kick everybody out, the real fun starts. The doors close at 2. Yeah, they're locked tight. The girls are waiting there for you. You'll have to wait outside. 'Cause when you shut things down after hours and there's no one around, the place is all yours and the moonlight shines. After hours and the girls outside, well, they are all whores. So give me a break now, 'cause you can't get inside. Just remember, this is the Friday ride. You play the songs that you like. You can't fall behind. Playing pool all night. was plenty of time. And there's lots of room without the people. And compared to the day, the night so peaceful, and the moonlight shines. After hours, and the girls outside where they are old. So give me a break now, 'cause you can't get inside. Just remember, this is a
Just him. He's ready.
Hit that door, would you? For whoever that is. There he is.
All right, microphones are all on. All right, now I'm done with that. I can sit down and relax.
Get up there
pulling.
on the mic, man. My voice is blown out, man. You talk. It's already. I've been doing this since 8 this morning. Actually, you're here pretty early too.
Yeah. Working on like 3 hours right now.
You guys are still doing some stuff, right?
I got about 5 or 6, man. I think last night.
Yeah, you guys.
I'll hang out.
Just want to make sure of that. I was waiting for it. Good,
So,
how's it going?
so Keith, that sounded great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been a long time. Nice to meet you guys. I've never seen you guys, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. I heard good things.
I'm going to be reading lyrics. Sitting in with these guys.
Dude, I read lyrics at almost every show I ever did. And they were mine. They were my lyrics, so.
Singer had a minor.
Don't touch him.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like I'm sitting there reading, and you wrote those. I'm like, I know.
Doesn't matter.
I wrote them. I didn't memorize them.
Thank you for calling in.
It's been a long time.
That's right. It's like songs like Lady, you know, like the lyrics. Okay, yeah, I wrote the lyrics, but those lyrics mean absolutely nothing to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a totally fictitious song with a fictitious life. You know, like my father wasn't abusive. I wasn't locked in a closet with a broken toy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I didn't stay at home doing drugs when I was a kid. And that's what the song, you know, like totally fictitious song. So if I
Those-
forget the lyrics, I'm sorry, I don't live
those
it.
are the best though, because it's kind of you can kind of detach yourself completely. You know, you don't.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's good to write stuff that has that maybe that personal touch, but when you can write a song where it has nothing to do with you, but it's still just as powerful, or it can still just speak as
Right.
strong as a message. It doesn't matter,
Exactly.
as long as it.
You're possibly telling somebody else's story.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly what I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah.
So.
You're telling somebody else's story, and if they happen to hear that story, they're like, oh, plagiarism, you stole my life.
Get out of my
I
head.
remember being locked in that closet. And I had a speak and spell, but it couldn't spell or speak, so it was broken.
I just moved over to my light bright.
Light bright. It was too dark in there.
So turn on my light bright.
My light bright was my nightlight.
So what hour are we in?
Oh man, good question.
You started at 8 a.m.
8, yeah. So obviously when we hit 8, that was 12.
It's a lot of hours.
So 12, 15, and going on 16.
All right.
Going on 16 hours.
And we're over $1,000.
Yes, over $1,000 already. That deserves some hand clap. Slap hands! Slap hands! I still think since D's not here, I got to make his slap hands sound. I'm going to just get him recorded doing that and just hit slap hands. Everybody.
Use it for the onion game.
Yeah.
Every time you get it right, slap hands.
Perfect, yeah. Everybody got it right. Slap hands. Everybody. Yeah, so we actually had to stop the stream on the video and start it again because both formats were like, what the hell are you doing? It's so long. I mean, the video got all degraded and horrible looking, and cameras started dropping left and right. I'm like, okay, we need to shut this off for a second and turn it back on. I still don't think I've gone back over and shared them since I restarted again because now it's a new file. And you got people going, it's not working. It's like, because that's the old one. You got to go to the new one now. Just saying. Wait long enough, you can watch the old one, but that's going to take you like a long time to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's like 15-hour track, something like that. That's where I stopped it.
At that point, just pull up a video of fucking an owl.
Yeah.
Go with that,
Fucking an owl videos, man. Owl porn. Owl porn, everybody. Just saying. See, everybody turn around there, look like, yeah, I'm down with owl porn.
You guys on the radio or are you live right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're live the whole time, the whole 36 hours.
Oh, that's great. People listening from
all over the world, and we got people here from all over the world.
Yes, guys from the UK. Mad Martin.
What's up?
That's pretty crazy when you start getting people like flying from the other side of the planet.
Man. Just goes to show you what a good cause can do, and bringing people together, and especially from over in the over the pond.
Yeah, Mom.
So were you tempted to go for a swim? Instead of trying to fly.
And they got sharks and things. And it's just generally.
Hey, so did you hear
idea.
about they're going to be unveiling soon a new Titanic?
Yeah, I did hear something about they were going to do. It's like because the first one worked out so well.
Yes, and they're actually going to quote unquote pass the site that it originally.
Hopefully
crashed.
at the correct speed.
I hope so, and maybe a few inches to the left.
Yeah. Well, hey, according to all the globalists and everything, that iceberg is long since melted.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah. The whole billion tons of it, it's gone.
I was actually watching a documentary not too long ago where they started talking about how they think the Watchmen and everything made their mistake, where it was like there was like this reflection on the water, and it was mixed with the fog and mixed with all kinds of stuff, where it gave them like a false image. It was weird. I'd have to send you the link, but I guess theoretically it made sense. But, I've been on the water many a times, both on the ocean and, on a lake or a river or whatever. And, yeah. Never seen that in my life. Didn't make any sense to me. But
You aren't one of the people telling the story.
Right.
Generally, you tell the story after you see something like that.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you are literally just telling a story.
Yeah, it was weird. But
Have you seen the White Cliffs of Dover?
the White Cliffs of Dover.
Have you? The chalk.
Oh man, sharing. I'm just now sharing the new stream that we just got up running.
I got familiar with the country by watching a series. It was called Vikings. Coast. No, it was called Coast actually, and it takes you all around. A coastal town from one to another, and they had a geologist and a historian and
for sure.
paleontologist.
It's all gonna be.
They went from one coastal town to the next until they went all the way around through Scotland.
Yeah.
So it was like.
So how'd you enjoy that, man?
Like 50
Freak Star Acoustic.
That was fun.
Actually, should we just call that Freak Acoustic?
Acoustic.
Like to go there and rent a car and cruise around.
Acoustar.
It sounded acoustic. There you go. I like that one too.
Acoustar.
It sounded great though, Keith. Sounded real good. Everybody sounded real good.
And like I said, we got together last weekend and we were like, hey, let's do acoustic versions of these songs. Those, like I said, those are not how those songs go.
It was hard.
Yeah, and Eric wasn't here at all. He was doing all the solo stuff and all that stuff. He was just adding that in on the fly.
Good shit.
So, yeah. Does a great job.
It was good. It sounded really good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now, are you renting a car while you're here?
But I'm glad that I don't have to do it like every weekend.
Right.
Like every weekend out, like pulling all the stuff out of up the stairs and in the van and drive it down the street and go to the token and load it all up to play for 45 minutes in front of the 4 other people you brought with you.
Right. Drink your lemon tea. Get it back on the regiment. That's me. I've been battling a head cold, so anything that I've tried to write or record or anything lately, I've just said, oh, you know what? Just gonna kind of sound like Peter Steele for a while and keep it real low, and maybe sound slightly sexy, but probably not.
For those of you just tuning in, we are in the middle of a very, very long special event. It's the 36 Hours of AlienXMas. It's our 5th annual one. We're raising money for Forgotten Harvest, who has figured out a way to feed 4 people for an entire day for $1.
Yes,
$1.
$1.
Feeds 4 people for an entire day. So when you say, hey, man, I don't have a lot of money to give. Well, if you give $1, that's 4 people that get to eat for a day, and that's pretty amazing. So just think about that, and that we're already over $1,000.
Yes, sir.
So we're feeding a lot of people.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people. And we're not the only people doing this. There's other people out there that are raising money.
Yep.
I mean, they're not doing a radiothon for 36
Right.
hours, but they got their means of raising money. Be it a boot in the street or, sending out pledge cards that they fill out and send out, however they do it, What it is they repurpose food that would have been thrown in the trash from grocery stores. It's not bad food, but at a certain point they get rid of the food, and such a large portion of food in this country is just wasted. A ridiculous amount of food is just thrown away for absolutely no good reason whatsoever.
I don't know. I'm sure it's popped up on Facebook at some point in time that Italy actually passed a law.
Yeah,
where
they can't throw away. They have to take it to a food bank.
It has to go somewhere. Or someone has to come pick it up. Something like that along those lines.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, again, the biggest thing is, you look in today's world, here in Taylor or here in, Michigan or wherever, that you could go behind any supermarket and look in the dumpster.
Absolutely.
And see absolutely what could have been a breakfast, 3, 4, 5 breakfasts.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times, if you were to say reach in and grab a box of cereal that's in the dumpster and look at it, it's not even necessarily past the expiration date.
Yeah.
And as you know, on most foods, the expiration date is set way before it actually expires because of safety concerns and things of that nature. So a lot of this food is just sitting there to be thrown in the trash. So what Forgotten Harvest does is they don't buy the food. They just travel and pick it up, and sometimes it's brought to them.
Right.
But they basically need to get a truck. They need maintenance on the truck, and they need fuel for the truck. And then they need fuel for the truck to drive it around. So if that's your only cost, you could feed a lot of people for almost nothing.
Right.
Really, because the food's already free. Now everybody's volunteering too, so the truck drivers are volunteers. So you're not paying drivers. The people that are sorting and putting the stuff in the boxes and on the truck, they're volunteers. Again, they're not getting paid.
Yep.
And then they have even volunteers that have Forgotten Harvest gardens where they grow fresh fruits and vegetables to supplement, hey, we got a truckload of Cheez-Its. So we're dropping them off to Forgotten Harvest. Okay, well, you can't feed somebody Cheez-Its. Okay, but you get a small box of Cheez-Its and you get, a fresh apple from the orchard or whatever they're growing. You get some carrots from the garden. And then over here you get, some other kind of food that they got from the grocery. Put it all together in a nice care package for you. Bam, you're eating for the day.
There's your cheddar salad.
Yeah, cheddar salad. It's so delicious. But yes.
It's kind of crunchy.
But seriously, they do meats and dairies and eggs. They do everything,
Well, it was, I think it was last year or the year before, you actually had the lady from Forgotten Harvest over the phone.
Sure.
And it was really cool to listen to her break that down and, really explain the process, explain how, the fleet works or how, they go about, arranging everything and making everything happen. And,
Right.
It blows my mind because, you look in today's world and you don't see, the compassion. You don't see the care anymore that
right.
we could have.
And everybody has the desire and the care.
Yes.
Okay, but you need to put it into action, and that's where people fall short. They're like, okay, see all that complicated work that has to be done to get this to happen. You got to have all these people orchestrated. They all have to have schedules. They all have to be contacted on the phone. They have to show up on time. They got to package the stuff. Everything has to show up.
Yep.
A lot of things have to orchestrate and happen to make this happen. Now that takes a lot of time and energy just to come up with that plan, to put it all down. What are we going to do for this? What are we going to do for this? And people are like, well, I'm not getting paid, so I really don't have the time to spend on this. And that's why a lot of stuff falls through. So when you get enough people together that actually spend the time and the energy and figure it out, which Forgotten Harvest has done. They actually figured it out. The plan is done. The hard part is done. Now the machine is built and the machine is running. All we need to do is keep fueling that machine by fueling the trucks.
Yep. I mean, it's simple.
It's that freaking easy, dude. Just put gas in the trucks. Everything else is happening already.
Yep.
It's already in place. Don't worry about bringing food. You do not have to throw a bunch of cans in a bag and take it to Forgotten Harvest. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
There's other charities that do that.
Yeah.
Gleaners Food Bank, they'll accept your food there, and they're a fine organization as well. They just do things differently than Forgotten Harvest. That's all. And we just chose Forgotten Harvest, and we really, really are intrigued by the way that they do things.
I mean, it's, again, like you said, it's such a simple process. It may seem hard to orchestrate, or it may seem, behind the scenes that it's hard to, kind of program. But like you said, once it's all laid out, it's pretty simple. There's nothing hard about it. There's nothing complicated.
And the people that donate their time are different than a person who's an employee. Very different. A person who's an employee is like, hey, you know what? I don't feel like working today. I'm going to call off. Okay, and they don't really
trust me.
Okay, but if it's a person who's volunteering every day and they go, hey, I'm not going to go to work today, then they think in their mind, okay, but that just means that it's going to be rougher to get the food out there to the people that need it, and they're there for that reason, not for the money. They're there to make sure they get the food. So now they come to work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They show up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have extra people that show up every day. And they're like, we actually can't really use you today. So what we'd like you to do is just go home and post a lot of posts and stuff on Facebook.
Share,
and
push, call.
And we ask people to do that too. You can't donate? Fine. Share the crap out of our posts.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends about it. Put it in their messenger. Put it on your Facebook. Put it wherever. Because, if you can't donate, at least you're doing that. If you get two or three people to donate with you putting the stuff out there, then at least your efforts translated into people eating.
Well, especially today with social media, just because, let's say you and I are friends on there, I don't know him.
Right.
But, if I share this and that, he just might know somebody that, I know.
Exactly.
Blah, 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 carries on from there. And next thing you know, what was one person now has gone to 10, now it's gone to 30.
Certainly.
Which, of course, is,
Absolutely.
the concept of social media. But, what it's done, especially for, organizations and situations like this, is amazing. Because it's gone further and it's gone farther than it ever has,
for sure,
ever in the past. So it's great.
You got to weed out all the stuff that doesn't work.
Yes, sir.
Somebody says, hey, look at that statue that somebody created. Somebody created that statue. It's a beautiful work of art. No, they did not create that statue. That statue was already there in the center of that block of stone. All they did was remove all of the unnecessary parts that hid the statue. You remove all the unnecessary parts, now you're left with the statue. So remove all the unnecessary expenses and unnecessary steps and micromanagement and people who are sucking up the money. Remove the unnecessary parts, and you're left with the freaking money going to where it needs to go.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons, anytime that I hear about Forgotten Harvest, I will donate in a heartbeat.
Certainly.
Because it's just...
it's right.
It's transparent. It's there. And that's exactly what she said, last year, I believe. She said it's transparent. There's nothing hidden.
Yeah, show up at a Forgotten Harvest.
Yep.
And walk up and say, hey, I want a tour. Bam. They will take you on a tour of the entire facility. They'll show you the gardens. They'll show you the storage. They'll show you the truck bays. Everybody that's on break in the break room.
Yeah.
They're going to show you everything. They're not going to hide you. There's no doors that you can't go behind.
Again, and that's why I absolutely love them. Because it's just, it's true. It's from the heart, and it's what it's supposed to be for the people that it's supposed to be for. So.
How you guys doing? You guys ready? All right. Your mic's on and everything's still good? All right, cool. What's the project called?
So anyway, as Key steps away for a minute, I'm going to take over. So again, if you guys can call in, talk with us, chat with us, let us know what you're feeling. If you got the feeling on your heart, donate. This is the 36 hours of AlienXMas. We are going to be pulling up a new band coming up here. Let me ask real quick.
It's called The Horse with No Name. A Horse with No Name. A Horse with No Name.
A horror with no name?
A Horse with No Name. Nobody's talking on the mic though.
I know.
We have a project that's coming up right now, but I don't know the name of the project.
Is it the Alan Parsons Project? Oh.
Well, what is it? It's Eric Garcia. We got KP Ross here. They got. I don't want to force them into coming up with a name right on the spot because then they're gonna want to change it.
Do it.
I don't want to make you guys into the Goo Goo Dolls. You're like, hey, work with the Goo Goo Dolls, and then 10 years later, like that name sucks.
You just won't tell them their
It's called
name.
what? Honey and the Sun. Honey in the Sun. All right. This project is called Honey in the Sun.
We're ready to go live? We're on? This song is called Devin's Black Jacket. I wrote this song with my friend Andre LeBlanc. name's Eric Garcia. I'm over here on this guitar. That was my buddy Kevin. He's over there on that guitar. All right, this next song I'm going to play, it's called One Man Show. I wrote this with a buddy RC of mine. A buddy of mine, his name is RC. Rachel Christopher, wherever you are, this one's for you, buddy. Let me try that one again. This one's for you, buddy. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show, pulled it together by the threads of his tears. By now they're long since gone. I feel my time is coming on to go out of this world, out of my mind. Talking to myself and always crying up to me. I know the better half of me. So I belong, but I don't fit in right. Seems like I'm climbing the walls and losing my mind. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show. From deep inside my heart, the whiskey burns and it never stops. Some say I should take the time. Guess I'll live and learn in my own time. In my own time. Talking to myself ain't always cracked up to me. I know the better half of me. Know I belong, but I don't fit in right. Seems like I'm climbing the walls and losing my mind. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show. All alone, nowhere to go, stuck inside a one-man show. Thanks everybody, thanks. Oh, you know, throw a little wine in the mix. What time is it? It's like 1 in the morning. How's everybody doing? All right? Yeah? Very tired. All right.
Tired.
We're just getting started.
I gotta take
This is a song
my man
called
back to the
Stars.
hotel, drop him off, and then he's gotta be back here in the morning too.
There you go.
For the show, and they reach by the wind. And all you've lost, and you found beauty bursts right before your eyes. And I swear, down falls the night. Please don't forget the lessons we learned. Have no regret, just like the stars. Meant to burn. We're meant to burn. Please don't forget the lessons we learned. Have no regret, just like the stars. We're meant to burn. Thanks, guys. P for free. Right on. I just got a really cool note handed to me. Like, seriously. This is sweet. All right. Right on. I'll save that one for last. I will. My next tune is called Judas. I wrote this one by myself, and I hope you guys like it. Yes, I need my help. I need help with the guitar. I'm doing a solo on that one. So we're gonna have fun. All right, yeah. So like, donate some money. I hope you guys like what you heard. My name's Eric Garcia. I got another song after this one. Look me up. I'm on Insta. You can find me on YouTube under Paperback Ninja, The Flu. Yeah, man. Hey, if you really like what you heard and you're listening right now, shoot me a text, 248-497-3379. Let's see what happens.
Text just came in. It says,
You suck.
It says, what are you wearing?
All right, here we go. As my black moon creeps on me, I'm trying to comfort me. There's no one here to hold my hand. I pray to God to understand. As this room gets colder and death's cold hand on my shoulder, I was wrong as my black moon creeps on me. There's no one here to rescue me. And as my last breath drawing near, all I taste is song from my tears. Well, as this road gets colder and death's cold hand on my shoulder, well, I was wrong to you, now I see. Won't you please forgive me? Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're doing that one there. Thanks, guys. That was called Judas. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, you know, this is Forgotten Harvest. You know, reach into your pockets for some shekels and you know, feed the homeless. You know, you're doing some good. Can we? Oh yeah, we're gonna do that one. All right. This is my favorite song. This is a song called "P for Free." It's been a while. bitch. I'll never see you on the street again. I'll never see you speak my name again. I'll never hear you in the pouring rain. I'll never see you. Fuck. You. Bitch. I'll never see you on the street again. I'll never hear you speak my name again. I'll never see you give your pussy for free. I'll never hear you. Fuck! You! Bitch! Yeah, I know. Better watch out for me, you bitch. I know. 'Cause you give me your pussy for free. Pussy for free. Pussy for free is what you're giving to me. Giving to me. Giving to me.
All right, yeah. Thanks, you guys. This was a whole lot of fun.
I think I just found
Playing
my
those
theme
three
song.
cartoons.
It's a great tune. It's a love
I
song.
didn't know at all. But I got to jam along. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Keith, for having me, man.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for,
Thanks,
and thanks for
man.
playing
I
that song for me
appreciate
too.
Oh, that
I know it
was
was
great.
not on your plan.
Dude, this was great. Anytime. Anytime.
We'll do more
Thanks,
for
man.
sure. Maybe we'll start doing a couple of them a year. I don't know. I say that
Yeah.
now, and then I'm gonna wake up in 2 days and be like,
What?
"No, we're gonna wait a year to recuperate." All right.
Yeah,
so-
you are getting older, Keith.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not going to be as easy.
No, not at all.
I mean, I can already see it fading right now.
That's right. Oh yeah. But I got to get this guy home. You know what I'm saying? So I was figured that I'm gonna have to get them up and running.
That's going to be a lot of swimming.
Well, I got to get him across Telegraph to the hotel. Drop him off at the hotel and then get back. So I got to get them up and running. Take him because he's got to get some kind of sleep before coming back in the morning.
No sleep, man.
No sleep till.
20 years ago, maybe.
That's right. Oh man.
That's awesome.
All right, so someone's got. Hey, Vinny, do you want me to get the band up and running and you take the mic, or? Sure. Vice versa.
Come to your home.
All right.
There goes Satan once again stopping in to say hi, everybody.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Do not mock me, sir.
I will mock you whenever I want.
Listen here. I am Beelzebub. You're a cheap copy, mofo.
Guess what? I have feet, you have hoofs.
My wife has moose knuckle. She used to have the other, but you know, it was camel toe, but she's upgraded to moose knuckle.
Is she related to Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah. Satan was just filling some time. We'll be back.
It's the only microphone that does it.
Come back to your home, Vinny. You're home away from home. There you go. You can tell me to shut up whenever you want. It's great.
I get to pretend I'm in charge for a minute.
Hey, you know, wear the badge proud. So once again, you guys are tuning in to the 36-hour AlienXMas Radioathon for Forgotten Harvest. Yeah, it's been pretty profitable for Forgotten Harvest already there, Vinny, huh?
It's been amazing.
Yes, sir. The fact that we're over 1,000 and not even in 24 hours.
No, man, we're jamming. We've never been at this high level at this point.
That's awesome, man.
We're talking $1,023 right now.
Yes, sir. So who do we got coming up next?
Next up is going to be Triple Black.
Triple Black.
Yeah, these guys are friends of mine. They play at Road Rangers a lot, and they play at that other place, that one that's in Ypsilanti that I can't remember right now, the Maidstone.
Ah, yeah, Maidstone. Played there quite a few times with I Am Trouble.
Yeah, they do a lot of like hard and heavy, like rock and metal cover stuff. So, they might drop some Priest or AC/DC or
Nothing wrong with that.
some Rat or who knows what they're going to do. I don't know what they have lined up because today we have a fill-in singer because their singer had a problem and couldn't attend. So, seems to be a trend today. There's a couple of things happening, but they got a guy that's going to fill in for them. They're going to play 4 or 5 tunes and whatever they can whatever they can get through.
Nice.
And then you're going to sing the rest. No.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'll try anything once. I mean, I have no idea what's on their set list, so
it might not sound good.
you know what? At this hour, my voice is probably messed up for talking, but I could probably actually sing. I think I could probably pull it off. No.
I think the only thing I could pull off right now would be Herbert the Pervert. And that'd be
Herbert the Pervert. Boris the Spider. That's about all I could do now.
Say, how you doing?
But yeah, we got Triple Black is moving towards trying to set up over here. They're going to talk about gear and figure it all out. John, the guitar player, John Mihai, and I have known each other for a long time. We were in bands back in the early 90s together, playing at places like Skateland and Westland. And
oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that even open still?
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. All I know is that we were in the Battle of the Bands there, and we won. We in the band Legato Tees.
Legato Tees.
That's right. Me and John Mihai and his brother on drums, if I remember right, or did we have another drummer by then?
He'll be pretty much right here.
Hi, Keith. Nice of you to drop in. All righty then.
I just muted the band out for you because they weren't. So.
That's all right. I thought he was going for the Ace Ventura reference right there.
So, yeah, I mean, we jammed together a long time. And Chris here, man, we were neighbors growing up. This is Chris Fairbanks.
Yes, sir. Hey, I heard about you earlier when I was here.
He is the bassist.
Was
and,
it all a lie?
I liked his older brother much better. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I mean, we grew up together, and hung out in the neighborhood together and had a lot of fun with me, you, and unfortunately our late friend Frankie is not around to see all this fun stuff. But, you know.
It seems to be a trend today. I hate to say it. Hate to say that and darken the mood.
It just seems it's okay, but, it happens to people. That's why you got to cherish life, man, because you never know when it's going to get taken away from you. No one thought that was going to happen to him. He was only in his 40s. And same thing with my friend Jerem, man. Jerem was like 46 and boom, gone. And Jerem is like, I'm still dying from that one.
Yeah, I mean, I only knew him a short time. I know when we won the Battle of the Bands there at the Token, he was one of the judges. Didn't vote for us.
Oh, okay.
He made that evidently clear to me.
He's quite picky. But he was definitely picky about who he liked and who he didn't like. So.
But he was definitely afterwards. He's like, not that it was anything against us or anything like that. Just certain things he heard, certain things he liked, certain things he didn't.
He was very honest. He didn't,
which I really appreciated.
Yeah, he was
that was one of the things I loved about him.
It was constructive criticism, but it was brutal construct. I mean, like he just told you that was it. He just tell you what was up.
I mean, he laid it out for us very, very heavily. You know, and he even said, he goes, "I want to apologize," and I said, "Why are you apologizing?" He says, "Well, I was kind of a dick." I said, okay.
Yeah, that's.
I said, no need to apologize, man. It's your
opinion. He
opinion.
says stuff to me. He used to say stuff to me, and then you go, "I'm sorry, man." But this is what I think.
Yeah.
Quit apologizing for your opinion.
No, he, like I said, he was a beautiful soul. You know,
He
as I
was,
said earlier.
man.
And he was just he's a person that, you know, he came into the room, made you smile, made you laugh.
Yes.
In stitches quite often.
Yes.
You know,
and
so.
he could make an amp.
Oh, yes, he could.
Just ask Andy Miles. Yeah, man, he made the Tone Shop amps were badass. They still are, because there's still a few of them laying around.
Mm-hmm.
That part of his legacy is living on, and they're being played on stages quite a few times, actually. Sean Baker, who didn't quite, he's another guy that couldn't make it today. He was supposed to show up. His had a furnace issue. You know, had no heat. I don't know, something bad was happening with the furnace, man, and he couldn't come, so... He's a hell of a guitar player. He's got solo albums, Sean Baker Orchestra. Yeah, good stuff.
You
man.
know, I was touching a little earlier when you were saying, you know, about life and being so quick and being so briefer, you know.
Yeah.
You know, back in 2014, I'm not going to go into the sob story, but we had an apartment fire. You know, I had never experienced anything that deep.
Yeah.
You know, that, like, whoa.
World jarring, yes.
You know, and, you know, I actually, for a while there, I kind of went off the deep end, you know, and it was just... I guess not wanting to face it, you know, and it was one of those things where, you know, kind of finally had to, you know, pull my head out of my own ass. And, that was a feat, by the way.
Right.
A lot of stretching, but
keeps you limber.
Yeah, but you know it is, and that's again, and especially somebody like him, you know, because I remember chit-chatting with him. I probably think like a week prior, and. It was weird because the next thing I know, I seen your post, and I'm like...
I know, it's hard to process,
hold on,
man.
what? You know?
I was at home in my garage working on something. He had been over on Friday, and this happened on Sunday. 2 days later, he was at my house hanging out, having a beer with the wife, and they were bitching back and forth and blah, 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 you know, Robin, his wife, and then she called me on the phone and wanted to tell me before I saw it on Facebook and whatever, and just crushed me.
Yeah.
You know? And I had to go tell my wife, which sucked.
Yeah. I mean,
she was devastated as well.
And there was a lot of people in the local music scene, you know, afterwards. You know,
oh, yeah, we had a benefit for him.
Yeah, I had to work that night. I could not get it off. I was so upset.
It's okay, man. You know, a lot of people, this is the kind of things that happen, you know? It's just the way it is.
Oh, it's life, man.
It was, you know, we planned that thing out way out away from when it happened because we wanted to make sure everybody could be there, and people still couldn't be there.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes, you know. Not everybody's going to make it, and it turned out to be a really good night.
Yeah, I actually had talked with Keith. He told me kind of, you know, gave me the synopsis of everything that had happened. And,
yeah.
You know, let me know what, hey, this is what was raised. This was what, you know.
Yeah, we ended up between the door and between the other was like around $2,000, I think.
Yeah.
The band that opened that show, Parallel Fifth, didn't have a bass player. So they were like, we need a bass player. And Kevin over here says, oh, Vinny could play anything. Just, I'm like, what? It's like a week before the show. You want me to learn their whole set list?
Thanks for putting me on the spot.
So I did. I mean, you know, I'm pretty good at playing by ear, and it's a lot of older tunes that I kind of knew anyway.
Right.
But still, I was just like, man, I was nervous as hell, dude. I hadn't been on stage in a very long time, and for that event, you know, with I had my new bass, and I had his strap on. I had his purple guitar strap.
You know, he would have totally made a
strap-on joke just now. Yes,
you know he would have.
I know he would have.
He'd
Totally
have come out of left field with that.
And he would have been like laughing at me. So definitely, you know, and he's probably laughing at me right now wherever he is.
You got my strap on.
Yeah, and I mean, but the first song I butchered the crap out of it because I was just so nervous, man. It was just an easy song, and I messed it all up.
You kind of fell into it after that.
And then I dropped into the groove, man, and I nailed most of the rest of the show. Like a couple things to timing issues because I had never played with these people. I had met Jim Morris, a guitar player, once. I had never met any of the other ones ever. And I walked up on the stage after practicing for a week and played an entire set of music. And it was like, because, I mean, it was all oldie kind of stuff like Any Way You Want It by Journey and, you know, Don't Stop Believing. And, yeah, it's just like, you know, but there's a lot of riffing going on.
Oh, yeah.
The weirdest one that I was trying to do, thank God it was later in the set after I warmed up, was Living on a Prayer, because there's an ass load of bass lines going on through that. And then you got to move up a whole step and do it again. It's really, There's a lot going on in that tune.
I used to have the biggest struggles with that when I was writing music or learning a song. Like, I'm going, wait, you're not supposed to do that.
I hate transposing when you have to move up a whole step and like the whole song moves up in the key and you're like, oh my god.
I've had producers in the past where I've been in the studio and I've been recording and they're like, okay, wait, that sounds great, but play it higher.
Right.
Okay, what?
Well, you know that's what Mutt Lange did to Def Leppard. They were tuned way lower than that. I mean, singing way lower than that. And he's like, no, man, you got to be up here. And guess what? It was a good idea.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it worked out.
You hear some of those songs are absolutely timeless. You know,
yes.
It depends on I guess it depends on your opinion as well. But
shake the bottle, shake it up. That would sound terrible. You know what I mean? Like singing it that low instead of singing it where he did sing it.
It's like that. They had a video that I happened to fall upon on YouTube where it was
was it the Staying Alive video?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is so funny. What sound engineers do? Oh, that was the funniest thing ever, man.
Walks up, he goes, "Hold on, wait."
Yeah, what sound engineers do? And there's three guys that kind of look like the Bee Gees in the studio, and they're singing, staying alive, staying alive. And he's like, hey, now, hang on a minute. He comes out of the booth, and he goes out there, and he systematically kicks them all in the nuts. Then he goes back behind into the booth and everything, and they're like, Well, that's what sound engineers do, is they get the best out of what's there.
Brings a whole new meaning to the term knee-jerk reaction.
Knee-jerk, yes. That mic, you'll be able to hear yourself, but we won't be able to hear you because that's like blocked off right now.
So if you come to the microphone,
all the band is blocked off until I unmute it. Okay. So you'll be able to hear you should be able to hear yourself.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, but we can't hear any of it, and you can't hear us until I unmute the band.
Until he hits a button.
Because that way, once you're all dialed in and everything, then I'll just go boop, and you'll be live.
Costanza. What?
I guess. You'll have to ask John that question.
John Costanza?
Can't stand you? No.
I can't stand you.
So I just wanted to say, I know that it's late and everybody, but, I have to do my radio spiel. Let me get out the big radio voice for this one. You ready? You are listening to the 36 hours of AlienXMas Radiothon for Forgotten Harvest of Southeastern Michigan. Donate now at alienxradio.com/36 hours, bitch.
Nice.
Okay, there you go. That'll be a drop later. You can also call in anytime you want to. If you wanted to call in and bug these guys and say, hey, hurry up and set up. You can go 313-444-8919 is the phone number to call in. You can also Skype in if you have that ability. You can do the Skype thing. You can say Alienstone1, and that's the Skype name if you wanted to call in like that. Skype actually sounds a lot better. And by the way, did you know your toner is low?
You're running out of ink.
Your toner is low, sir. He's like, I don't care. I'm trying to do sound. He's angling cameras and stuff. We're getting ready to do this, man. It's a lot more complicated now. You know what? This does kind of slow down the process because not only do you have to set up the sound, but then you have to go angle all the cameras and stuff. It's like it takes a while. Maybe we should give people hour-and-a-half windows from now on or something. Or say you're only playing a half hour.
So I'm looking forward to hearing this then.
Yeah, man, these guys are cool. It's going to be an interesting experience because this guy's never sang with them. I mean, he's not their singer.
That's it. That's
just more of an open jam kind of thing. So once they get set up and have actual sound, and he dials them in over there, because they can play an entire song and we wouldn't even hear it, because we'd be over here,
just talking.
It's all blacked out here until we unmute it. So, but if you guys are enjoying this thing, if you guys enjoyed the performance by Freakstar, if you enjoyed Eric and Kevin's side performance, that was really good. And
fuck you, bitch.
Yes, that song. They've been playing that song in Kevin and Eric had a band called The Flu, and that was one of their original tunes. And they played it here on the radio with us many times, but the heavier version with drums and the whole deal, And so. But all these things, you know, we've got so much music going on. We had Black Heron earlier who just ripped this place
I
apart.
love those guys.
And
you know,
Concrete Angels, awesome.
I wish I could have been here for that.
They were amazing. They're always amazing, but you know, just wow, you know, dude, just so many good musicians and just people coming in and hanging out and talking, and
that's kind of what we were talking about earlier when Terry and Tim was here.
Yeah.
You know, just there's so many hidden gems. You know, I mean, you get the tribute bands, and there's nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But you know, you've got some musicians that are absolutely phenomenal that don't get the recognition they deserve. You know, because they're not, you know, opening up for this person or that person, or they didn't get to this entertainment company, or they didn't get signed by this, you know, particular
Right.
or whatever. You know, and it kills me, like Black Heron. I mean, again, some phenomenal guys. You know, personally. They're funny.
Yes.
They're great to be around. Great company, and then you get to see them live, you know, on stage, and it's absolutely just it's a blast.
yeah, you know, it's amazing to me. I've been seeing this a lot more. Like I said, back in the day, there were a lot of people trying to undercut each other and people not really treating each other nice or whatever, man. Since I've been doing this radio thing where we've been interviewing local bands, we've had nothing but there's never been a dick in the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were all super cool. We interviewed you guys a couple of times
Yeah.
at least, if not more. One time at a bar and then a couple times here. I think at least one time here,
We did.
live
Well,
performances and stuff. And you know, there's only been like one band that I can think of right now that was really even close to being, you know, somebody I wanted to throw out of the studio or something. But not really, though. I mean,
Right.
it's pretty rare that, you know, everybody, it seems like the heavier the band is, the cooler the guys are.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it just seems like they're just like, thank you for this opportunity, and we really appreciate you, you know. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool, dude.
Back on earlier what I was saying about, you know, I guess now saying it this way probably sounds a little more drastic, but the bigger dick contest, you know, it's like.
Yes.
Here's the thing, you know, you can't get nowhere without your fellow man, and you can cast music aside in that statement, you know.
Yeah.
Just in general in life, you know, there are times where I've gone through some crap, or you've gone through some crap, where I know that wherever he is has been there, you know.
Yes.
He's been there for you. He's been there to lift you up, and you know, no radio station involved. It's just been. You know.
Yeah, we were friends before that, man, musically and stuff, you know, before.
And that's
you know,
with Rob and Jay from I Am Trouble, same thing. You know, we grew up together, and then, you know, of course, you know, time, and you know, you get older, you distance yourself, this or that, and then, you know, to come into a band with three people that, you know, I ran around the neighborhood fighting. You know,
yeah, it's really
punching
weird,
each other
man.
in the face. And
yeah, back in the late '80s, man. The one band that I was in, the guitar player and the drummer were both guys that I grew up with on the next street, and we came dangerously close to being signed. You know, we were talking to EMI at the time, and this was like back in like '89.
That was kind of what broke I Am Trouble up a little bit.
Oh yeah,
we
had an issue with the singer who was the only one that wasn't in our little group of friends. But yeah, it's like we're gonna get rid of this guy.
We started getting.
No, he was cool.
We started to be courted by a couple of you know not EMI or anything like that, but
yeah,
a couple of labels that had some credibility behind them, and you know, I couldn't off the top of my head remember. It was almost 2 years ago, but you know, it really kind of I don't think everybody was mentally ready. That could have been you know, we all wanted it, but it was one of those.
It's, you know, not everybody is ready. You'll see like a lot of bands, like, despite the fact whether they're mentally ready, they get a record contract.
Yeah.
And then within a short amount of time, you'll see one of the guys is out of the band.
Right, or you see it implode.
Yes, because
Absolutely.
I mean that one guy is the one that can't deal with the success of it. It just, you know, some people can't deal with going out of their level.
Right.
You know, the success goes too high and they don't feel comfortable, so they subconsciously screw everything up to get back to where they were.
But it makes you wonder, you know, looking back at artists like Kurt Cobain or Shannon Hoon from
Blind Melon.
Blind Melon, thank you. You know, it makes you wonder what would have become of those bands.
And it makes me wonder.
Hey, nice plug. But it makes you wonder, you know, what could have those bands become had, you know, those unfortunate circumstances never came around.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Cliff Burton, same thing. How would Metallica be today?
You know, you'll never know. That's the whole
Right.
point. We'll never know.
You know,
and you know that. I mean, like you've got the whole Pete Best and the Beatles. You know, that one guy who never was not in. You know, he was in the group, but then he wasn't in the group, and then they got famous, or
Right.
or they got famous and then right when they got there, he got out of the group. You know, that happens
Yeah,
a
and
lot.
it's-
I mean, look at Pete Willis from Def Leppard right before they
Yeah.
got big. People like that. Dio got big and he had a couple of albums out, but Biv couldn't get along with Dio, so he told him he was going to go back to Ireland and play reggae, and then Dio started making fun of him and whatever, and he left, and then he ended up being in all these other things. He's been in Def Leppard,
Yeah.
doing all these other projects and stuff, but he just didn't want to be in Dio, which is unfortunate because he was
Keith,
so
you
good.
be nice to Yoda. I don't think you heard me.
Feed Yoda.
Feed Yoda.
Yoda
That
wants
is where
more
some
money.
of the donations for Forgotten Harvester City.
Yoda wants more money. If
But-
you have not fed Yoda, then you have not pleased the gods. No.
Give me money, you will.
Cursed forever you will be. No.
Cursed forever you will be.
There you go.
No.
He's laughing. Sit down and grab a microphone, man. Come on.
Come on, man,
What's
Martin.
going on? Are you trying to
Before you leave,
You look like you're ready to leave, even though you're not leaving.
We have a man from the UK. I'm sure you guys have heard all day, Mad Martin, from
We
the
told you-
small town of Coventry, as he told me just a little bit ago.
Yes. We'll hear drums, and we'll hear.
We're gonna
any
hear you,
acoustic
but
instruments,
not
but the
hear you.
electric and stuff, we won't hear them. But as long as you're in the headphones and everything, you hear everything. That's the radio feed. Just make sure that you've
Hey,
got,
you're back.
actual band headphones
Oh,
on.
hold on. Hit the button for Mad Martin.
Hold on.
I don't know what number that
1,
is.
2, 3.
Tres.
Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, that fucker was sure to go.
Oh, didn't he talk earlier about a lubricated goat?
I think something.
Something came across about a lubricate. Was it a band name? The Lubricated Goat?
I don't know.
You said something earlier about the lubricated
Somebody
goat.
did. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I
Oh, it
didn't say
wasn't
anything
you?
about
Oh.
lubricated goats. No.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? It sounds a bit quiet.
You're a bit quiet. Get up on the microphone a little bit. for
Get
once.
on it.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
You're
1
there.
2 1 2 1 2.
All right.
Hey.
I juiced it up a little bit.
Yep. Cool, man.
Oh, more power.
More.
So I
more.
rewired
I'm
it.
giving it all she's got, Captain.
More power. Ah, dear me.
Don't you know the secret? Like in the movie, I love in the later series where Scotty came back, in Next Gen, and he's like, you can't tell him it's gonna take you a day to fix it. You gotta tell him it's gonna take a week, and then when you fix it in a day, you look like a miracle.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that. That was so funny.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
So,
Like 145 years
Mr.
old.
Mad Martin.
Yes.
So tell me about Coventry, man.
Yeah, Coventry is actually written in the Magna Carta. It is ancient version.
Put that
you
mic
would
up to your
say.
mouth, sir.
Yeah, one,
Get
two.
get up like a
Right,
half
right,
inch.
Get
right,
on
right,
it.
right, get on it.
Deep throat.
Get But yeah, Coventry is a central town in England, or say a city. It's one of the first cities, and it is written in the Magna Carta. Now it's like an ancient document that is very much like
Charlemagne.
It's very much like your your constitution thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Or it's like that. It's like that kind of
Right.
thing.
Okay.
But it's
for-
also
for
in the
the-
Doomsday Book as well.
For the people that are listening right now, we have a visitor in the studio. His name is Mad Martin. He is from the UK.
He's bloody mad.
He's bloody mad. He is from Coventry, England. Or
Hi,
UK.
everybody. This is actually carrying
This
on,
is it's actually
on-
quite amazing, especially after Vince and Keith told me the story, to see somebody come out here for this all
Yeah.
the way from across the
Yeah,
drink.
man.
It's amazing. You
So
know,
good
if he
stuff.
can fly all the way from England, you guys can donate $5.
Even if it's a
You
dollar.
people out there, damn
know.
you!
Yeah.
Give me your $5.
As they said before, $1 will feed four
$1 feeds 4 people for an entire day.
come
That's
on.
it, man.
Again,
enough meals for a
you
day.
guys have seen Yoda sitting here on the top of the desk. He's hungry.
That's it. It's hungry for you.
Yes.
Hungry for your money.
That guy in the background sounds hungry too.
He sounds like he's something. I don't know about hungry.
Yeah. Feral, maybe.
Yeah.
So coming up here shortly, guys.
Sounds
Triple.
like he's in desperate need of some Imodium or something. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm teasing. He's warming up.
That's it. All right, 1 second.
He's just warming up.
The booze.
The booze. So coming up shortly here on
Triple
the
Black.
36 hours of AlienXMas Triple Black with a guest singer.
That's correct. Fred is filling in for them because their normal singer Aaron is not able to make it today.
We love you, Fred.
You and Ethel. No. Sorry, that was just slipped out. No. Are you ready to unmute?
He's ready to push the button.
All right.
Should I give him the big rock and roll intro? No. All right, the band is hot, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, I give you Triple Black.
When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. I cry out for magic, I feel it dancing in the light. It was cold, lost my hold, the shadows of the night. Outside of the morning come, you've been lost on your own, like a rainbow, like a rainbow in the dark. Do your demons, do they ever let you go? When you try, do they hide deep inside someone that you know? You're just a picture, you're an image lost in time. We're alive, you and I were once without a right. Oh, no sign of the morning come, you've been left on your own, like a rainbow, like a rainbow in the dark. When I see lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. I feel the magic, I feel it floating in the air. But it's fear, and you're here, it's cold and you beware. Look out! No sign of the morning coming, no sign at all, no sign at all, like a rainbow, like a rainbow in the dark, just a rainbow in the dark, just a rainbow, just a rainbow in the dark. Hey.
Just a rainbow in the dark. Yeah, yeah. Woo. Wow! AlienX Radio, thank you guys so much for inviting us, man. This is kick-ass. And for everybody out there in listening land, please donate to the Forgotten Harvest because there's starving people out there right here in America. They need our help. We've got an overabundance of food, and everybody's got some spare change, so put it in, and let's get this thing going, man. Let's see the numbers fly on that page. Let's bring these kids and these families some well-deserved food. This is a great cause, man. Woo! Yep, give me a second. I'm sweating a bit. Is that what they would say in England? I'm sweating or I'm perspiring a tad. Sweating buckets, we are. I'd like to say hello to a bunch of friends out there. I'd like to say hello to our singer. Yes, to their singer, Aaron. Thank you, dude. Good opportunity. Thank you so much. I'm happy to sit in. I'd like to say hello to Jen and Marie and sweet little Nikki and Linda and Suzanne and Sean and everybody out there in listening land. Thank you for tuning in. This is a blast. We're just outside of Detroit, Michigan, so we're not in any real danger. All right, ready to get on with this? One life, I'm gonna live it up. Taking flight, I said I'll never give it up. Stand tall, I'm young and kind of proud. I'm on the top as long as the music's loud. Wow! If you think I sit around as the world goes by, you think I'm like a fool, cause it's a case of do or die. Out there is a fortune waiting to be had. You think I'll let it go, you're mad. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. That's right, here's where the talking is. Well, listen, that there'll be some action spared. Drive hard, holding all those shots. Woo! I've got an ace card coming down on the roads, yeah, yeah. If you think I'll sit around while you're chipping at my brain, well, listen, that is food and you better think again. Out there is a fortune waiting to be had. You think I'll let it go, you're mad. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. Woo! You got another thing coming. In this world we're living in, we've had our share of sorrow. The answer now is don't give in. Think for a new tomorrow. So tired, no time to take a rest, yeah. Ain't tough, ain't room for second best. real strong. Got me some security. Hey, I'm a big smash. I'm going for infinity. Yeah. If you think I'll sit around as the world goes by, you'll think you're like a fool, cause it's your case to do or die. Out there is a fortune waiting to be had. You think I'll let it go, you're mad. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. Rub it on out, yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, you got another thing coming, baby. It's coming at you. You got another thing coming. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You got another thing coming. Wow, yeah. Woo!
We literally don't do those songs. Hold on one second.
I'll use the right hand, you use the left hand. You have nothing that I can catch, trust me. Well, I did live in Los Angeles. Nothing that I'm not already immune to. I guess we're going to do, we don't want to do another Priest song back to back, or do you want to do some? Back to back. Yeah? I'll get this dirt ball out. You get this out. We'll get the most difficult tunes out of the way.
Yourself, John? You sure? I don't want to be too loud.
Up here in space, you're looking down on you. My lasers trace everything you do. You think your private lives have nothing of the kind. There is no true escape, I'm watching all the time. I'm made of metal, my circuits gleam. I am perpetual, I keep the country clean. I'm elected, electric spy. I'm protected, electric eye. Always in focus, you can feel my stare. I zoom into you, but you don't know I'm there. I take a pride in probing all your secret moves. Right here is retinal, take pictures I can't prove. I'm made of metal, my sun is green. I am perpetual, I keep the country clean. I'm elected, electric spy. I'm protected, electric eye.
high in the sky. Feel my stare, always there. There's nothing you can do about it. Develop and explode. I feel upon your every thought. What's so my power grows? We're made of metal. I sing and scream. I am perpetual. I keep the country clean. I'm elected. Electric fire. I'm protected. Electric high. I'm detected. Electric high. I'm protected. Elected, protected. Electric high.